Let's see, I'll hand your mic to you. There you go. And it's certainly a special treat to be able to have you here as well. And your name is Elizabeth, although I've just been calling you Miss North Carolina. So that's certainly great. And if you give me 1 second, they've told me that they've rigged up a piñata here with questions inside to ask you.
Great.
So I've got my wielding piñata powered. And, yeah, that should work. Don't tell anybody, it's the magic of television. So, first of all, I have to ask, how do you become Miss North Carolina?
Well, we have a series of local pageants that each girl competes for, and anyone can compete who wants to. And we have all these pageants in local areas, and you go through a series of steps. We have talent, swimsuit, evening gown, and interview. And whoever wins the local pageants goes to Miss North Carolina. And then they crown a winner after you compete in the same events there.
Is there a lot of competitiveness? Do you find a lot of people like backstage? I mean, is it really like what you hear some of the stories and see some of the things?
I think that at times it can be portrayed as more dramatic than it actually is. I know MTV came out with a show called Tiara Girls, and I always used to laugh at it because it's not, you know, reality at all. I actually think that you make a lot of friends doing it, and you make a lot of good connections, and it's really, really great to compete against girls that are some of the most intelligent of your state.
And do you so you stay like this for the whole year? So pretty much, I mean, you are the Miss North Carolina until you're dethroned, I guess.
Yes.
And what are some of the things that you do throughout the year?
Well, it depends on each girl. Each girl has a community service platform that she's an advocate for. Mine is Autism Awareness.
Oh, wow. We've actually done a lot of work with autism here for the show.
So I'm working with the Autism Society of North Carolina as their spokesperson, and I'm really just going out in the communities of North Carolina and just trying to kind of get awareness for what exactly autism is and trying to fundraise a lot for it. Actually, they have an 8th annual ribbon run coming up on October 14th here in Raleigh. So I hope that everyone comes out for it. It's going to be a great event, and they're going to raise a lot of money for autism.
Wow, great.
Yeah.
And during the whole year that you're Miss North Carolina, do you have like another job, or is this your job?
This is my job for a year.
Now, do you do like a scholarship that provides you, I guess, the opportunity to do this for the year?
There's a scholarship that is provided for me to go to school after my year of reign, but this year I travel around the state, basically just making appearances and giving speeches and being able to perform and just doing things like that. But I think it's really special that you're invited to the most prized events in North Carolina and that people want you to come to their most special events. So you really represent the state, not only at the national level at Miss America, but also here in different hometowns.
Well, do you feel a lot of pressure knowing you're representing the whole state? Do you ever, have you ever gone into a rest stop and thought, wow, this is my rest stop, I own this? Do you get like a key to the city and you can go anywhere now?
I have an Elizabeth Horton Day in High Point where I'm from, which is pretty exciting, but I really look at it as more of an honor than anything that I was chosen to represent our state. I think it's wonderful. Actually, there was a funny story. I was getting gas the other day in a gas station, and I walked in to pay and walked out, and someone said, "Aren't you Miss North Carolina? Can I have your autograph?" Which was so exciting, you know, to know that just you're making an impact on people.
Well, I'm glad you actually asked for mine, and I'm going to give you one right now, but I wanted to ask.
Well, thank you.
No problem. Do you wear the crown all the time, even including in the shower?
Yeah, actually, I sleep in it. I mean, no, I don't.
You got to watch out if there's intruders. Just jab them with your head, I think.
Yes. No, I'm a real girl underneath this crown, but I do wear it when I'm out in public.
And are you allowed to, so I guess you can't be married because you're Miss North Carolina.
Right.
So that's one of the requirements. Are you allowed to go out on a date?
I'm sure that if it's an appropriate situation, absolutely.
I'm an appropriate situation. The only so if you'd like to go out one day, the only problem is I have a girlfriend, so she has to come along too.
Oh, okay. Well, I have a boyfriend, so
well, he can come along. We'll double date. Great. Now, in the nursery rhyme, Jack and Jill fell down the hill or up the hill. Does it upset you when his crown breaks?
I didn't know he wore a crown.
Yeah, I think Jack fell down and broke his crown.
Did he?
Yeah, and
well,
Jill.
Doesn't that refer to his head, like the crown of his head?
That could be. I just pulled the questions out of the piñata, so I'm not quite sure. And I guess the same would also go too if you're at a dentist. I presume that's automatically assumed you'll get the crown instead of the partial.
I suppose so.
Well, that's good. Well, have you felt good though so far with the Autism Project and the accomplishments that you've made?
Yes, it's been wonderful. I've been able to visit a lot of places in North Carolina, including the Creative Living Center in Raleigh and also Camp Royal, which is right outside of Raleigh, which is a camp for people with autism that they have in the summertime. And I've been able to meet with some of the national leaders of Cure Autism Now, which is a huge group of people that just work so hard at providing money for grants and things to go towards research. And I've had just some incredible opportunities to meet some people and truly change lives.
That's great.